With Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas, recently announced to be now coming out of the United States in spring of 2022, is Odyssey of the Seas really worth checking out? Hey everyone, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And we are
JJ Cruise.
Well, it is a sad day here because it is Saturday. It is de-embarkation day for us from Odyssey of the Seas. And boy, do we have a lot of thoughts.
Yes, we are going to give you our honest take on Odyssey of the Seas. And honestly, is it worth it to sail on Odyssey of the Seas with Wonder of the Seas just right on its tail? I mean, coming out in March.
And there's a lot of other amazing cruise ships that have come out this year from other cruise lines. So we want to tackle kind of all of the good and the bad of our week on Odyssey. And let's jump right into it with Embarkation.
Yes.
We had actually a really lovely embarkation, but we are staying in a junior suite this week, which meant we got priority embarkation.
Yes, and if you're in a junior suite, you can actually go a little bit early to port, get to the terminal. You might have to stay inside for a little bit, but once it hits, what is it, 11 o'clock? Noon. You are able to get on board, and you are the first to get on board. And so that was really nice for us for Embarkation.
It was. I think that Jared and I were number 9 and number 10 on actually getting on the ship. So super easy embarkation. 10 out of 10 would recommend, especially if you're staying in a suite.
So of course, right after we get on board, what do? We try to head to our room. Now, our room wasn't ready just yet because we got on right at noon, but it was ready around 1:30 or 2. Once we got in our room, we immediately noticed that this room is like none other that we've stayed in before. Now, to be fair, this is our first junior suite, so we don't have a ton to compare it to. However, we have heard from other sources that this is a really nice junior suite.
Yeah, the room is spacious, there's lots of light. Our balcony is surprisingly huge with some really nice comfortable furniture. We really did appreciate this room, and Jared and I do both work pretty much full time on our various jobs from the ship, and so this room was very, very nice to work from. The bed was comfortable. It does have a separate toilet room and a separate shower and a bath, which was shocking for, I think, both of us.
Yeah, that was a huge highlight for us, but then also having a separate sitting area. We both work from the ship, so having a desk and a sitting area at the balcony, it was felt perfect for a work situation, or for those that might even be able to bring a little bit more on board.
After getting settled into our room, we immediately took off to see the ship. And this ship is very interesting. It's very different from other Quantum class ships that we've been on. We were just on Ovation a couple of months ago, and immediately we noticed some big changes, including the colors on the ship.
Yeah, the colors are bright and vibrant. Ovation was a little bit darker of colors, and that's something that we did not appreciate about Ovation. This one, on the other hand, is bright, and the pool deck is a perfect example of this. Bright oranges, bright greens, and it really livened up the pool deck.
It's reminiscent of some of the amplification that we've seen on other Royal Caribbean ships, but Odyssey of the Seas takes it to a whole nother level. We also loved the pools up there.
Yes.
The pools were beautiful, they were big. There were 2 main pools on the pool deck, including and an additional splash pad area for the kids. But you had something in particular that you loved about the pools.
Oh my goodness. We've all been in a pool where it's too deep or too shallow. This is not the case for this pool. It's perfect height for standing, but also there is a ledge around the rim where you can just sit down. It's almost like a seat around the entire rim of both pools. And of course, these are the pools on the main pool deck. There's of course the traditional solarium pool, which is as gorgeous as usual on all Quantum class ships.
Absolutely, we love the pools. Take a few steps upward and you're gonna find the brand new Seaplex, which this is the new and improved Seaplex for the Quantum Plus ships, and it is incredible. They've now moved Playmakers, which is Royal Caribbean Sports Bar, into the Seaplex on the upper deck above the bumper cars. That area is amazing. We got to hang out there with some friends, Hoffman Happy Travels, last night, and we were all kind of commenting on how in that sports bar, you actually don't feel like you're on a cruise ship. You feel like you're almost out at a bar with some friends, getting ready to go back home, but instead, you go back to your cabin.
You know, the funny thing with this is that even though it feels like a bar and it feels like you're separate, you still have this gorgeous, massive wall of windows. So during the daytime, you still see the ocean. That's something that we miss at the other Playmakers on the Oasis class. This is definitely our favorite Playmakers and our favorite Seaplex. They took out the Xbox and they put in Playmakers, and it's a good choice.
Across from Playmakers, there is also a newly designed smart arcade with tables that are interactive. You can press buttons, you can play different games such as chess or checkers. They do come for it with a fee. However, the arcade is almost like this new futuristic arcade, and we think that it's so cool. Speaking of futuristic,
yes,
there's one other thing that's in the Seaplex that is on no other Royal Caribbean ship currently. And that is Zone Zero.
Yes.
A fully immersive virtual reality game.
Now, this isn't open yet, so we weren't able to experience it for ourselves, but we're so excited to. So this isn't a good or bad, but this is an exciting new addition that we can't wait to actually experience one day.
I'm very excited. Supposedly it is a 12-minute experience. It's going to cost about $18, but you have a lot of gear that you have to put on your body. So they were explaining to me that the experience will take probably between 30 and 45 minutes once you go through all the safety briefing and put on the backpack, which holds the computer. It sounds like it's going to be an integral experience, and it sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Something else that's different with this ship than others in her class is the aft of the ship. Now, others in her class have the Flow Rider, which is the surfing simulator, as well as the iFly, and both of those are on here on Odyssey as well. But Flow Rider is longer, so it's safer for wipeouts. But then you also have a new addition, the Sky Pad, and that is where you can be on those it's a giant ball, and you have these trampolines, and you also have a virtual reality headset to where you can actually interact with games while jumping around.
Now, we weren't actually able to experience this, but we have friends that have,
yes,
and they said that it's such a cool experience. But what we did do was that there is a walkway that wraps around the giant orange ball that is the Sky Pad, and it is a glass walkabout that goes over the ocean. Now, I've seen this on other cruise lines. I know MSC has this, Princess has this, but I've never actually seen this on a Royal Caribbean ship. This was so much fun because I've never gotten to do anything like this before. So you walk up the steps and you're walking over a glass walkway and looking down and seeing nothing but water. It's really cool. It just adds, again, that extra element to the back of the ship. And again, I think the aft of the ship is brilliantly designed. One addition to the Royal Esplanade that you quite enjoy.
I love my Starbs. It's Starbucks, and the Starbucks is different than what you see on some other ships. It's no longer just a kiosk. It is an actual established store, and it looks like a Starbucks at home. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and you can use your mobile pass, so you can go ahead and buy it just from your mobile phone, just like you do at home.
Which, that's nice. But one thing that's not so nice is that Starbucks is not included in any beverage packages. So it is something that you do have to pay out of pocket for.
Yes, and that is true for the whole Royal Caribbean fleet, not just Odyssey of the Seas.
Now, you know that we're honest with all of you on the good and the bad. There's one thing about this ship that we actually really do not like, and for some reason we can't figure out why this is happening.
Yeah.
The ship is hot.
Yeah, it's a little warm. I mean, I will say this, we did have this problem in the casino of Carnival Horizon as well, but that was just in an isolated incident. This has been kind of spread out amongst the ship, and it's not overbearingly hot. It's not like we're sweating and drenched in sweat. It is just warmer than usual, and it's a little uncomfortable. We actually have had to go back and change after dinner when it's formal night, or when we have those long pants on or dress shirts, just because it's a little too hot for comfort. So we change into those shorts and a t-shirt, and then we're okay.
Yeah.
Just a little different than what we usually see on other Royal Caribbean ships.
Odyssey of the Seas, the hottest ship of the year. Now let's move over and talk about the dining on the ship. We had a lot of different dining experiences here on Odyssey during the week, and I'm gonna be honest, they weren't all good. There's definitely a mix of good and bad, but one thing that we did love was the new main dining room.
Yes, the new main dining room is gorgeous. First of all, it's not like the others in her class. It's not separated out amongst 4 different dining venues. It is one massive dining venue, just like you would see normally on other cruise ships, just not in her class.
The dining room is absolutely beautiful though, and in the center you have an absolutely gorgeous jellyfish lantern or...
Yeah, I don't know, like chandelier?
Jellyfish chandelier, that's a great way to put it. It is stunning, and the entrances and exits to the dining rooms also have these incredible LED walls. They were really beautiful.
It literally is a perfect moment to get a photo, post it on Insta. But also what's different is it is connected all the way up to Giovanni's. You can actually go ahead and see into the main dining room, which normally is not the case. Normally it's completely cut off and it is flat and there's usually some structure there. No, the jellyfish goes all the way through all of those decks.
It's really, really cool, and it feels a lot open.
Yeah.
Now, if only some of the food in the main dining room could have been as delicious as the decor, we did find the food in both the main dining room and Coastal Kitchen, which is the specialty suites dining room, to be a bit bland.
And this is honestly frustrating because this is our first junior suite experience, so we were really looking forward to Coastal Kitchen being that step up. In fact, honestly, closer to that of the Celebrity main dining room caliber, because Celebrity has some incredible food. And unfortunately, I feel like it was pretty close to the main dining room level of food, and I'm not sure if I'd pay more for it in the future.
Yeah, it wasn't great on this ship. Now, keep in mind, we haven't had it on other ships, but Coastal Kitchen was not so great. The main dining room food was a little lackluster. But why don't we talk a little bit about the specialty experiences that we had on board?
So we did do some other specialty dining, and let's start off with a really positive one. That is Giovanni's. Giovanni's Kitchen and Wine Bar is brand new menu. It is not the Giovanni's table that you know on so many other ships. It is new and improved, and it takes the place of where Jamie's is on other of the same class of ship. So it is on the way to 270, but it is comfortable, more rustic. You feel like you're in your grandma's kitchen.
You do. Nona's
Your
kitchen.
grandma Nona. And you also feel her love in her food.
Yes, the food at Giovanni's was mwah.
Yes.
It was delicious. We would highly recommend it. We have another video actually of a full review of the food there, so definitely you're going to want to check that out.
Yes.
But on the not so good side, we also did eat at Playmakers. We didn't think Playmakers bar food was that great.
It wasn't worth an extra expense. Honestly, I put it up to some of the Norwegian, having the free bar food that you can find on that Encore Bliss, that class of ship.
That's a great example, actually.
Yeah.
It does remind me of some of the free options that Norwegian has in their bar area.
Which, if it was included, I would go there. But the fact that you had to pay extra and it really wasn't a step up, this is a little disappointing.
Now let's talk about some of the fast casual restaurants on board. A brand new addition to the pool deck is El Loco Fresh.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorites, of course. So I loved walking on the ship and finding El Loco Fresh. It's pretty standard to the other El Loco Freshes, I think, on other ships, would you say?
Which is Mexican. For those that are new to everything Royal Caribbean, El Loco Fresh is Mexican quick serve. So you can get burritos, nachos, quesadillas, tacos, and there's toppings bar as well. So it's very fresh. That's the whole name purpose, right?
Yep.
And delicious and quickly available on the pool deck.
Another fast service restaurant that we loved was the Cafe at 270.
Yes.
We ate lunch there almost every single day. It's a little bit of lighter fare. You've got salads, sandwiches, wraps, and then specialty coffees and desserts. We really love the Cafe at 270, and if you're coming on board Odyssey, we would recommend it, especially if you want something on the healthier side.
Completely. And then back to something we didn't really like so much. Sorrento's and Cafe Promenade had some of the worst food we've had. And just a reminder here, we've been on, I think, 4 different Royal Caribbean ships already this year. This is our 4th one. And honestly, it's been great everywhere we've gone. Symphony of the Seas was incredible.
Yeah.
Their Sorrento's pizza was perfect. This one, it was soggy for the pizza a little bit.
It was undercooked.
Also, Cafe Promenade literally made me gag at one point. Just very, very rough with the bread. It was old. I'm not sure what's going on there, to be honest with you. I know it's a late night eat, and so maybe it's just that I wasn't drunk enough. I hope that's not the case, because that is not what you want. Late night eats, to have someone drunk and choking on their food.
No. So we definitely did have some hits and some misses with the food here on Odyssey. I would say quite a bit more than other Royal Caribbean ships. Some highs and some lows.
Yes. So one of my favorite things about going on a cruise ship is the live entertainment. And let me tell you, there are some incredible new shows on board Odyssey of the Seas. First of all, in 270, we have the book. And this show is incredible. And it's not just incredible as in, vocal talents like you're all used to or dancing, but also the acrobats and the stage instruments that they use to do the acrobats are new and innovative and different than we've ever seen before.
Yeah, it was a really, really innovative show. It was very cool. I'm going to be honest, it takes the place for my favorite show that I've seen in that space.
Oh, wow, over Spectra's?
And I do like it more than Spectra's Cabaret that was on Anthem. The book is just innovative. It's fresh, and it is very, very cool. But that's not it. There's also a reimagined Showgirls show on this ship.
Showgirls past, present, and future. And when we got in there, we thought it was going to be the same Showgirls that we had seen on other ships. I think Navigator of the Seas has Showgirls, and we might have seen on another one. Not the case. Oh my gosh. This show is incredible. We could not wait to stand and give it a standing O. This is an incredible show, full of vibrant costumes. At one point, all the showgirls were in, animal feathers?
Yes.
And obviously, to the max.
They were amazing. It was such a cool show. You have to come and check out both of these shows.
It really blends in the past and the present.
And the future.
So it's perfect for all audiences, those that are living in the old days as well as those that have never experienced a Showgirl show.
Yeah. There was one thing, though, that was a little bit negative in terms of the entertainment here on board, and that was just that there's no live orchestra. Now, this is us being a little extra picky, but something that we love about going on like Celebrity ships and some other of the older Royal Caribbean ships is that they'll have live musicians playing behind the singers and the dancers, and we think that that is really, really cool, and it's something that we really appreciate. We value that, I think, a little bit over tracks.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but once again, very nitpicky, not a huge problem. We really enjoyed the shows on board.
We did.
So we've hit the end here. Would we sail Odyssey of the Seas, and would we recommend you to sail Odyssey of the Seas?
Especially with Wonder.
Especially with Wonder of the Seas coming
right around the corner.
And I think the easy answer is yes.
We would. Odyssey of the Seas was actually a really big surprise for us. We were not expecting the level of change on this type of ship, and we were not expecting Giovanni's to be so good, the entertainment to be outstanding.
Yes.
There was just surprise after surprise. We absolutely love it, and we think it is well worth your time to come on board.
And I think we agreed. We thought that this ship was going to be pretty much just a copy and paste of every other Quantum Ultra or Quantum Plus ship. And that was not the case. We really felt like this was new. This was an innovative experience. There was definitely some bits and pieces that were just better and improved, especially like that pool. Oh my gosh, I can't get over the fact that I can sit in a pool all day and not have to be on my tippy toes or trying to squat down so I'm not half out of water.
The pool deck is truly, truly amazing. But let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let us know, is Odyssey a ship that you're going to be sailing on soon? Is it something that you're now interested in sailing on?
Or
We
are
wanna hear from
you wanting to sail on Wonder of the Seas before you do Odyssey of the Seas? Because obviously Wonder's coming out really quick.
It is. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Again, I am Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And we are JJ Cruise. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up.
Yes, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. It's free to you. It actually means the world to us. So if you can hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell and hit all, you'll be notified of all the times we go live, as well as all of our new videos that drop. And we drop a lot of new videos.
We certainly do. All right, until next time.
See ya.